Hey guys, Ginger on Wheels here. If you're like me and you have a Bluetooth helmet with a built-in lithium battery and the battery has crapped the bed, then this is the video for you because I'm gonna try and do my best to dissect this helmet and pull the old battery out and put a new one in. So the helmet that I have and the helmet that we're working with today is called the Sedici Systema 2, and it has a built-in Bluetooth system over here made by Systema. It has the little microphone thingy, and so far all I've done is just taken the side pads out of the helmet. They're held in with little buttons, and you just pop them off, and that's all I've done so far. So on the inside of the helmet, once you get the two little side pads pulled out, these are the pieces that press against your cheeks. They go right on the sides here. You can just pull this thing back, and you can actually see a small wire that's running from the Bluetooth system itself across the length of the helmet and over to the speaker over here. That's not the wire that we want. There's also another wire for the other speaker. This connects to the microphone. But underneath here, I noticed underneath the hard foam on the right side, there's another white wire, and I think I can see the butt end of a battery in there. If you look really closely, there's a little blue thing in there along the side. I think that's the back of the lithium battery that I need to pull out. So I've got some tongs and a couple of little hook pick things, and I'm gonna try my best to pick that wire out, and hopefully that's the battery, and hopefully I can just snip it and splice the new one in. This is the new battery that I got. I bought it off Amazon. I will put a link to this in the video description. It's a 3.7 volt, 620 milliamp hour, 2.3 watt hour lithium battery with a little built-in BMS on the top. Okay, so I got my battery out. This is the battery that was in the helmet. This is a 560 milliamp hour one, and it's slightly smaller, it looks like, than the one that I got, just by a hair. But this one's 620 watt hours, milliamp hours, sorry. So this should have longer battery life. But it's hidden up in the side of the helmet that this Bluetooth module is on. And all I did have to kind of rip this foam a little bit. I'm kind of sad about that. But I pried my fingers like this so that there was a little gap against the hard foam in the side of the helmet. And then I turned the helmet like this, and then I just banged on the side of it, and the battery was exposed, and then I just used these little crimpers to pull the battery out the side of the helmet. Now we have the battery. I'm gonna cut this wire. Hopefully there's a red and a black wire on this old battery, and then I can just splice them onto the black and the red wire from the new battery and tuck it back inside, and hopefully it works. But if you don't know how to solder stuff, I recommend that you go watch other videos, because I'm not gonna explain that in this one. I do have a little soldering kit over here, and if you don't have any soldering materials at all, I'll put a link to this little kit. You can buy it on Amazon too, before you start your project. Okay, so I got the wire out of the helmet. I snipped the old battery off, put it in this little bag. We've got the new battery here, and the numbers written on it are 602248. That's what you need to type into Amazon to find this battery. But the white wire in there was a ploy. It's not the white wire. It's connected in just by a black wire that runs right to the Bluetooth module on the other side. So I've fished the black wire out. I very carefully cut the insulation around the red and the black wire with an X-Acto knife. Now I have to strip the wires off of these, strip the wires off of these, solder the two together, and then I'm gonna plug it in and see if I can get it to charge. So I think I lucked out here a little bit. This is the new battery. It had this connector on the end of it, and I very carefully, with this little pick tool, pried the connector off, and it's got these, I don't know, you probably won't be able to see it because it's a GoPro, but they're two little tiny connectors for the positive and the negative. Gotta be careful not to touch them together and short the battery out. But it looks like I might be able to just expose these wires a little tiny bit and then solder the wires from the helmet onto this connector. And then I'm gonna use some liquid electrical tape and hopefully seal it all up back together. This is a liquid electrical tape. You can just kind of paint it on the connection and it'll dry and it acts like electrical tape. So that's the plan. Okay, so these wires are too thin to strip them down with standard wire strippers that look like this. Oops, the ones that look like that, they're just too small. They're literally the size of a human hair. So I was thinking, what if I burn it? And I just burned the end of this one and then pulled with my finger, and it exposed this wire perfectly. So I'm gonna try and document it for science with the red wire. There we go. Can you see that? Perfectly stripped red wire and black wire. Okay, so now I have my red and my black connections. I am going to try and solder them to the red and the black off the new battery, plug it into a charger, and see if the thing holds a charge. Okay, Solder is complete for positive and negative. Wait for that to cool down a little bit, and then I'm gonna plug in the USB cable and hope that works. Okay, I soldered my black to my black and the red to the red, and hopefully you can see I painted some liquid electrical tape on them right now. I'm just gonna let them set and dry and cure a little bit. I'll probably hit them with electrical tape again, and then plug in the USB and make sure that music plays out of the speakers before I tuck it all back in and put it back together. But it's pretty much done, I think. I just gotta tuck the battery back up inside the side of the helmet without cracking those wires. All right, well, I did it. It really was that easy. All you have to do is pull the old battery out, snip the positive and negative, splice the two together, shove the new battery up inside. It's a little hard to get out between the shell and the foam, but my Bluetooth is working again. Hopefully you can see. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Very simple. But I hope somebody out there finds this video useful, because there was no video for me when I wanted to do this. So if you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the like button on this video and maybe subscribe if you enjoy watching electric scooter or e-bike content. And I'll see you for the next video.